This Sunday night is the one night of the year that the WWE unleashes hell. And when I mean unleash hell, they will stop at nothing to make sure that Extreme Rules lives up to the title. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to We Love It Raw. This is the Extreme Rules preview show. And we're going to start right away, ladies and gentlemen, with Roman Reigns and AJ Styles. One of the most heated and intense rivalries we have ever seen in this new era of the WWE. Roman Reigns is trying to make a name for himself by keeping the WWE title and keeping the Roman Empire strong, while AJ Styles, a new face in WWE since January, has made quite an impact and has won over the WWE Universe. And they want to see AJ Styles crumble the Roman Empire and take the WWE Championship. And what we saw Monday night, ladies and gentlemen, really is putting emphasis into this match. What you're going to hear right now, ladies and gentlemen, is a video of AJ Styles setting the record straight to Roman Reigns.
Because I can tell you, this isn't new to AJ Styles. I have headlined Tokyo Dome in front of 60,000 people. I have been a champion all over the world. So for some of you who are in the WWE universe who don't know me, they don't call me phenomenal for nothing. And I didn't need anyone's help to get to where I am.
And he makes a good point about what he said, that he did not need anybody's help. And he's right. He didn't need anybody's help. If you saw him in New Japan Pro Wrestling, he got the name the Phenomenal One because of his in-ring skills. And the same thing went for him in TNA. He was named the Phenomenal One there as well because of his skills inside that ring. But that's here nor there. Let's get focused right back onto the situation. After AJ said his piece, Roman Reigns comes out. And Roman Reigns now sets the record straight to AJ Styles for this coming Sunday in the title match at hand.
Championship after championship. But if you ask me, none of that really matters unless you're winning the championship. And AJ, you are phenomenal at lying. I'll tell you straight up, tonight, I'm going to be in the Usos' corner. The question is, are you going to be in the club's corner?
Yeah, I'm going to be in their corner. And I'll tell you where else I'm going to be. Everywhere you are until I get that title around my waist.
You heard it there, ladies and gentlemen. The intensity of these two individuals is beyond uncontrollable. And the video you just heard is proof in the pudding. These two are going to stop at nothing. Nothing. They are going to tear each other apart Sunday night for the WWE Championship. Because that match is an Extreme Rules match. I just hope that the Roman Empire comes crumbling down once and for all. But that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. There is some more action that went down Monday night to get you set for Extreme Rules Sunday. We're now going to talk about this other intense rivalry that has been brewing on for quite some time between Chris Jericho and the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. And this actually started over a talk show on WWE TV. One night, Shane McMahon canceled the highlight reel and gave it to Dean Ambrose, thus naming it the Ambrose Asylum. So that went on for a little while, then Stephanie canceled it and brought back the highlight reel. And ever since the cancellation and reappearance of these shows, Ambrose and Jericho have gone ballistic for each other. Not in that type of way, but I mean for each other. They have just tried to one-up each other, and it's been successful a lot of times, alright? For example, look at Thursday night, okay? Ambrose wanted to confront Jericho. He got the confrontation, but not what he expected. He ended up in a straitjacket. The Monday before Thursday on SmackDown, Jericho got a bit of his own medicine with the jacket that apparently cost $15,000, and that was destroyed by Dean Ambrose. But there was no word yet on whether these two are going to fight until we found out what happened on Monday night, when Ambrose, ladies and gentlemen, was in the middle of the ring, issuing a challenge, thus accepting a challenge to Chris Jericho. But the type of match we're going to have at Extreme Rules on Sunday really is something of a head-scratcher, if you may say. Because this is something I have never even heard of in my entire life. We are going to have a cage match known as an asylum match. Now, what is an asylum match? I'm going to have Dean Ambrose explain this to you, ladies and gentlemen.
From the moment I got here, it seems like people have been puzzled by my decision making, and they want to call me all these different things, and they question my stability. Well, I've never agreed with that assessment. But last week on SmackDown, when Chris Jericho put that straitjacket on me, and he tightened those buckles, and I couldn't move, and I couldn't fight back, and I couldn't defend myself, and I was trapped. And it felt like I was in jail or an asylum. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. And I felt something up here just snap, just a little bit. And I decided there's something that I have to do, and I'm going to do it right now. I need to talk to Chris Jericho right now. So, Chris, get on out here, boy.
I'm not scared of you, Ambrose, but I am scared for you. Because this Sunday at Extreme Rules, I'm going to show you what a lunatic does. I'm going to show you what a lunatic looks like when I am punishing you with a smile on my face and not a tear in my eye. No remorse, Ambrose. No remorse. This Sunday, I'm going to give you what you crave, what everybody here craves. I'm going to give you the gift of Jericho. Drink it in, Dean.
Good. I have a gift for you, too.
Jericho's trying to figure it out too, and no, it's obviously a steel cage.
Yeah, I know it's a steel cage, but what in the world is on top of it?
Now, what you can't see, ladies and gentlemen, is the look of Jericho. He looked baffled at what was coming down in the middle of the ring.
In an asylum. See, I talked to Shane McMahon, and Shane said I can have any kind of match I want at Extreme Rules. So welcome to the first ever Asylum match.
Straight jacket.
And you're going to be locked inside this cage, Chris. This cage made of twisted, rusty steel. As you can see, I've decorated the place myself with just a few of my favorite things. Could be a few more come Sunday. Now, you've done it all here in WWE, Chris, but you have never been inside this structure. And hell, I haven't either. So who knows what's going to happen? This is international waters, baby. This is no man's land. This ain't Extreme Rules. This is no rules.
What was the son of Mitch?
I know what you may be thinking. You're thinking there must be some kind of way out. Maybe I can win by climbing over the top to the floor. Maybe I can win by going out the door. No. In this asylum, baby, there is no escape.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a regular cage match. This is an asylum match. And you heard what Dean said. You can't escape. You're stuck. Think of it as a psych ward at Creedmoor, Bellevue. Okay? Think of it that way, that you're stuck in a psych ward. Alright? There's no way out. And that's what's going to happen Sunday at Extreme Rules with Jericho and Dean Ambrose. That's going to be really interesting because this fits Dean Ambrose to a T. This type of match fits him to a T. And I would say Dean Ambrose has the upper hand because of this type of match. But we're going to find out this Sunday at Extreme Rules. This, unlike the WWE title, is going to be crazy one way or another. But that was not it at all again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. We have a few more things that we can talk about here on We Love It Raw, the Extreme Rules preview show. We are going to talk about the tag team title match this coming Sunday at Extreme Rules in Newark between the two-time WWE World Tag Team Champions, The New Day. And they are going to go against the Vaudevillains, who are going back in time, if you may think that. And what we saw Monday night with the New Day was quite bizarre. Because in the middle of the ring we saw a box. Now, typically a refrigerator box. Had keyboards and some other gadgets, gizmos, whatever you call it, on there. And it was poised to be a time machine of some sorts. Now, it really wasn't a time machine. It was poised to look like that. And the New Day goes back into the time machine, and they wanted to go back to the heydays of how the Vaudevillains are portraying themselves. So they made a quick pit stop in 2009, and the funny part to that was, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it got a good reaction from the crowd, and you heard Kofi's own music, and Kofi did the boom, 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 and he goes, "If there's a problem, man, you're just making me crazy." But Xavier Woods comes out, ruins the party, unfortunately, and says that we didn't go back. Time is up. But Kofi wanted to stay there because he said that was the best moments of his career back in 2009, and I agree, it was. He had a great rivalry with Randy Orton. He was the multiple-time Intercontinental Champion, good tag team champion as well. He was a U.S. champion. Those were the good years of Kofi Kingston back in 2009. But we're in 2016 now, and he's also had some good success here with the New Day. And when they finally reached to the time that the Vaudevillains are in. You know, they come out with not Booty-O's, you know, derriere squares and an old dial-up phone they had to speak into and all that. And they come out with like these like paper mustaches. It was kind of hilarious. You know, and they were saying, you know, that this era is not the era that they want to be in. You know, they just don't want the Vaudevillains to, you know, take the tag team titles and bring them like old school. And that prompted the Vaudevillains to lay haymakers and sneak attack the New Day, the WWE Tag Team Champions. And they sent their own message, you know, saying, watch your backs at all costs, because those titles are going to be ours. And they made that clear to the New Day once the New Day was laid out, courtesy of the Vaudevillains. So if you want to think about that type of match for Sunday, the upper hand does go to the Vaudevillains, but the experience goes to the New Day. So the advantage, in my opinion, is New Day, but I have to find out what actually happens this Sunday at Extreme Rules. We got a little bit more action to talk about here. The Intercontinental Championship situation that's now escalating into a full-fledged verbal assault, if you may ask. And this all has to do with Sami Zayn now being added into the title mix. Then this also has to do with Cesaro being in the mix for the rematch. This also has to do with Kevin Owens rightfully claiming a spot, and this has to do with The Miz saying that he's the champion, yada yada. You name it, you probably understand it. So, what we saw Monday night was anarchy. Okay, anarchy and a new type of match we saw in WWE. But I'm going to get into that just in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Let's talk about the anarchy, which is the Intercontinental Championship match. Monday, Owens and Miz, along with his beautiful wife, Larisse, were out there, and they were doing color commentary on each side of the announce table. And it got so heated that Owens and Miz ended up in the ring in the match between Cesaro and Sami Zayn would get thrown out as a no contest. But Shane McMahon comes out and says, save it for Sunday. We're going to have ourselves a different type of match in WWE. Now you usually get the good guys, which would be Cesaro and Zayn against Miz and Owens. Not this time. Shane shook it to the core foundation, if you may ask. What he did Monday night, I thought, was kind of odd. He pitted Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as a team. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. And he had on the other corner Cesaro and The Miz. I'm not going to dissect these two teams. Alright. Miz and Cesaro. This escalated to Payback. Great match. Miz wins. Next night, Cesaro fights to be in the Intercontinental Championship match. Now Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens picks up a big win over Sami Zayn at Payback. Earns himself a shot at the Intercontinental title. There's a triple threat match. Until last week. Now last week was Sami Zayn's golden moment when he won his match against The Miz, thus inserting himself into what is now a fatal four-way match. So what did that have to do with Monday night? It was very, very easy. With Zayn and Owens teaming up, they never coexisted. With Miz and Cesaro having faced each other last month at Payback, they didn't coexist. I didn't watch that match because it was too out of control. I was too lost in that match. But to tell you the honest truth, that was odd. You don't see that every day in WWE. Do I want to see it again? No. Because you just added more file, more insanity, and more chaos to what was already a hostile type of match. And then we're going to now dissect the women's championship match. And here's where things get dicey. Okay? When I mean dicey, they get really, really dicey. We're going to start with Ric Flair and his beautiful daughter, Charlotte, a.k.a. Ashley Flair. Now, last week, Natty was on commentary, and it was Charlotte and Paige. Flair was banned because of Stephanie McMahon, so she wanted to see how Charlotte would fare on a one-on-one type of match, and she fared pretty good against Paige. Okay, don't get me wrong. But Ric Flair, being the dirtiest player in the game that he is, okay, inserted himself into this match, not physically, but verbally. He comes out, spats a few words, then Shane McMahon comes out, and he throws out the Nature Boy, which was total lack of respect on the part of Shane McMahon. But that's neither here or there. So what happened on Monday night? The contract signing was conducted by Shane and Stephanie McMahon, the coalition as I call them now. And it was peaceful, but Flair had a gripe to pull with Shane. Shane wasn't going to lift the suspension from ringside for the match on Sunday. And Flair went into his character in a very good way. It was the perfect time for that to happen. So he went into the character, and he almost went after Shane. He almost laid him out like what Rudney Odor did to Bautista in the Rangers Blue Jays game the other day at Globe Life Park. But Stephanie intervened and slapped Ric Flair. And security was brought out. They escorted them out again. And this really got under Charlotte's skin this time, as Charlotte was about to make a beeline for Stephanie, but Natty got her in the sharpshooter, thus making her tap out. Now, is that going to be the case come Sunday? I would think it has to be, because it's an even Steven playing field. Without the Nature Boy in the corner of his daughter, you would think advantage Natalya. But I'm not going to make predictions. That's not what this show is about. This is a preview show for Extreme Rules, okay? Not a prediction show. So just wait till Extreme Rules to find out what happens on this match. Other matches that were added to the card for Sunday was Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Now these two have had an extensive rivalry since Dolph Ziggler made contact with Baron Corbin, and Corbin's been on a tear. Okay, he's been on a rabid tear. He's been laying waste to nearly everybody in the WWE. He even laid waste, yes, to Dolph Ziggler. And that's what prompted this type of match for Sunday at Extreme Rules. We have Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin finally going off. Like I mentioned, we did have the women's title match, and we might have another matchup for Sunday. I haven't heard any confirmation. I might hear it Sunday as an impromptu match. I look for Dana Brooke to go against Becky Lynch. This is a new rivalry, but not one that many know of, because these two have had an extensive history back in Florida and Orlando at NXT. So I look for something like that to be added to the card quickly Sunday before Extreme Rules. Becky versus Dana Brooke. I do look for the Dudley Boys to go against Big Cass and Enzo, probably on the kickoff show. And I do look for a brand new United States champion in Rusev, who's going to be a two-time U.S. champion, Because if you think about it, Kalisto stands no chance. And plus, he's hurt. Heading into the SmackDown tapings last night. Alright? So you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching SmackDown Thursday, there will be no Kalisto because he is hurt. So, with now Kalisto being hurt, how is this going to play into his role for defending the United States title against a angry, crushable man in Rusev, now with Lana by his side, and these two are unstoppable. So you would have to think that the injury to Kalisto is going to play a humongous role in the outcome of that match. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that was about it. I hope you enjoyed this preview show because we got you ready, mindset and all, for Sunday night at Extreme Rules, live from the Prudential Center, only on the WWE Network. And if you don't have the damn WWE Network, get off your sorry asses, put the money into wherever you get the money, and have them take it out after 30 days, because it is absolutely worth it. Do you want to pay $55, $60, $65, $70 to your cable provider for a pay-per-view? I mean, you can only get it for $9.99. You're saving over $45, $50 by doing so. Well, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this preview show. We got you ready for Extreme Rules Sunday. I know I'm ready. I know some of you are ready. And I hope the majority of you, after hearing the show, is ready for Sunday as well. On a lighter note, Monday night was episode 3 of Camp WWE. It wasn't like the last two, but it had some meaning to it, actually. It was about survival. Now, we know a lot of us, including myself, do everything every day we can to survive. It's a hard journey to do so. It's hard, trust me. But Camp WWE made some fun light out of it. You know, while cracking up some jokes and all that. But, you know, just they mentioned, you know, just be who you are, be yourself, and be aware of your surroundings. So, it was a good episode, you know, because we got to see more characters now, like Jake the Snake Roberts, Paige. So, watch it. It's a good adult animated cartoon series, so it's really good, funny. And episode 4 out of 5 is going to premiere this coming, I would say, Sunday after Extreme Rules. I haven't heard. So, be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you like Extreme Rules. And I will see you Tuesday for a We Love It Raw Extreme Rules review show. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, for your host, I am the boss. For my executive producer, Mr. A.S. Caldero. And for the rest of you around the world, we are saying, keep it real, keep it raw, and unleash your inner beast.